Always a joy. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. All right, my really badly drawn sun shield patch. Honestly, I'm kind of sweating a little bit. I'm that warm. So hopefully it stays stuck to my head. But you're letting go of all the streaming service subs. I'm happy to keep a couple. Like, for example, we watch Hulu a pretty good amount. We watch Netflix a pretty good amount. I've got Paramount Plus, but that's
You mean the latest
free
masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's
through
Brian
my
Moriarty?
current phone
It's an
provider.
extraordinary
So
adventure with an interface of magic.
is what it is. There, I
Stunning
don't need it.
high-resolution, 3D
But I also have
landscapes,
Amazon Prime, but
sophisticated
we
score
take
and
advantage
musical
of all
effects.
kinds of services.
Not
for
to mention
Amazon
the detailed
Prime, so-
animation and special effects. Elegant point, in-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
All right, so how about we get started with some Gabriel Knight? I would love to actually see this finished today, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I didn't adjust the audio for the MIDI or anything else, so it should be just fine. Burn. Richard. Oh, that's right. We were left in the castle, weren't we? Day 420. Still playing GK? Yeah. You have so many Loom copies now. Aw. He should know Loom intimately. There we go. You love this art style so much. It's one of the things that I love the most about Sierra Games Common. Sierra and LucasArts in general. They always have great artwork. And I appreciate it so much. You see, we made it to day 8. Yeah! Are we on day 8? I couldn't remember if it was day 8 or day 7. How's it going, Alda? You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic, stunning high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score and musical effects, not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today. It's 9 now. Getting close to two-digit number days. And it's all hand-drawn. Yeah, it is. All right, let's see. We've got a few hours here. We can make some more progress in this specialness of a game, huh? Day 8 is very short, only take about an hour or two tops. The puzzles aren't too difficult. Day 9, however, as a puzzle, it can be a bit nitpicky. Well, at this point, I think I know what I'm supposed to do, if I'm remembering right. So we're supposed to do these 6 procedures. I don't know if they have to be in order or what. And we've already discovered a few things. Like, I've already done the blood in the chalice, but it tells me I did something wrong. I've done the kneeling. I've got this, but I don't understand how to get it to work. I've done this. Let's see. So let's see if I can recreate this. We're going to kneel.
Thinking of the 5th panel, Gabriel kneels at the altar.
So 5th panel being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the kneeling panel. This...
Putting that in the chamber. There's no reason to put...
Oh, there we go.
Thinking of the 6th
That's what we needed to do.
panel, Gabriel reads the scroll.
St. George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night, upon my blood I call thee now. purify me, for I vow to set my feet upon thy road. Thy sword I take up for mine own.
Nothing. Gabriel has the sneaking suspicion that he's left out something.
So I don't
Perhaps
understand.
that's why he does not feel any different.
So I don't fully understand what she's telling me when that message comes up, because that's not the only time that that's come up. And that's what makes me wonder, is this potentially something that has to be done in order? So for example, and I even did this one here. I don't remember what it was that I did to make that happen, but when that message shows up, you did the ritual out of order. So it is an order-based thing. Okay, I gotcha. Let me see if there's something in the bowl, because I put something in the bowl.
There's a chamber pot on the altar. The chamber pot contains salt
and blood. Okay, so that's the blood. The salt is in there. How about... I don't know the water part. Like, I don't understand that. How does that work? Thank you. Face device. I love that. I guess... And I'm not sure if there's only 3 rooms here or not, because... Or 4, technically, I guess. So we did one in the mirror. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay.
There's a small
Yes.
pair of grooming scissors.
So we already cut his hair also. So that was one of them as well.
This
But I never saw the hair. Like, where the heck is the hair?
is the cabinet holds a
Great. Now I have a bear patch.
A bear patch. A bear patch.
a fire blaze. Wolfgang's bedroom would hold a fire blaze. The fire's already blazing and gave the fire's all.
Oh, crap. You can open the window? Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Outside the window, there's
If I took the snow, it would just melt in my pocket.
There's the water. Okay. I got it.
this is
So I wonder
doors.
I wonder if even when you figure it out, you're like, that was dumb. Why didn't you just... Yeah. So maybe I need to grab the bowl and scoop some snow up. A chamber pot, you say? How convenient. Yesterday was taco night. Oh my god. How was Rig doing with Tomb Raider
The
2?
chamber pot is hardly a challenge, but it's the best game.
Oh, so I can't pick that up. Yeah, I was lurking a bit, watching you play Tomb Raider 2, and it was reminding me of my own experience in Tomb Raider 2, and really enjoyed 1 and 2. 3 and up, on the other hand, not so much. So what do we have that we could put snow in? What could we put snow in?
This is the first. Gabriel is sure he'll end up getting some of those for our meal, sooner or later. Gabriel would.
Let's see if there's something I can put it in upstairs. I don't know if I looked thoroughly. Love the answer to this. Oh, jeez. Let's see.
The display.
So that's empty. This is locked. If I'm not mistaken.
It's locked.
I almost had it. Oh, okay.
If I took the snow, it would just melt in my pocket.
The view cannot.
The view cannot be moved.
There's a window seat on each. Gabriel isn't interested. Gabriel. The window seat. The window. Gabriel. The cabinet itself doesn't interest.
So close, warmer, warmer. Oh my God. Should we talk to it? Hi, Snow.
I'd scream, but no one would hear me.
A pleasant thought. That.
Hi. How you doing, man? Welcome in, welcome in.
Alas, Gabriel's alone in the bedroom.
He's gonna close the window now. No?
If I took the snow,
I don't know how in the world I could get much different.
There's nothing
response.
Gabriel wants in this part of the room. There's nothing. Wolfgang's bedroom would hold
Some interesting ceiling. You're doing every action but the good sire. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
the view.
The view can't
cannot
be moved.
Thinking of the first chapel panel, Gabriel washes his hands in the snow.
Okay. All right. First panel done.
The door is a bit large for.
Yeah. It's stupid. It is stupid. I would not have thought of doing it that way. I think this game suffers from having too many similar, like, actions. For example, do we really need a question and a statement bubble dialogue option? Do we really need to manipulate and push-pull? Couldn't they be the same? Like, I've not run into a situation where I couldn't have interchanged those. Even door, like these two I feel like could go away and it'd be just this and just this. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little options here. But no. I think this game expects out the side box common sense mechanics. Yeah. I can believe that. Okay, so we've done the wash the hands, which is the first panel. The second panel is cut the hair, which we've done that. I want to say I did the third one, but I don't remember what it was. So I tell you what, why don't we...
Thinking of the fifth panel, Gabriel kneels at the altar. Thinking of the sixth panel, Gabriel reads the scroll.
St. George, patron of the light,
Into two options.
who hunts the shadows
Look and use,
of the
yeah.
night, upon my blood I call thee now. Purify me, for I avow to set my feet upon thy road.
If I got the
Thy
third panel,
sword
I can't
take
remember
up
if I did the
for
third
mine
panel.
own.
There it is. Yep.
It worked. Something's happening.
Yeah, somebody's vacuuming.
Excuse
I
me.
was right.
I was just vacuuming. I did not know you were in here.
Hey, Rooks.
Oh, that's all right. I've done about all I can do in here anyway. I give up.
You look tired, Herr Knight. Why don't you go to bed?
Sure, why not?
I will clean everything up. You need not worry.
I can't believe I cut my hair for nothing.
My hair for nothing. That was funny. I was joking when I said it sounded like a vacuum cleaner. I expected it to actually be something opening. What the hell is that?
Your soul smells, Gabriel Knight. You seek to be Schattenjäger.
I do.
You must first burn away the past. How much sin do you have to burn? You have used people all your life. Never committed to anything. Turn back now, and I will forget that you asked for this. No! There are only two things that redeem you. First, that you have bitter blood in your veins. Second, that 3 women have loved you purely. You asked to start on the path, so you shall. But you will not be a Schattenjäger until you have earned it.
How?
I cannot show you the path, but I can tell you that you will have to let go of the greater part of yourself, Gabriel Knight.
No problem.
Yes. Now you asked for purification. You shall have it. Oh, no!
Bing, 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 bing. Inside a hidden chamber where I had no right to be. A dream, if you want to call it
What
that.
a night. I'm sore all over.
All right, so we've got commercials kicking in, and I am so sorry for that, or we'll be here in just a moment. Give me just a moment here. I'm going to just pause this briefly. And if you give me just a second, I'll be right back. Yeah. Give me just about 3 minutes.
I'll be back in a jiffy.
Sorry about that. All right. Wham. All right. Might still have somebody with some ads. Hopefully it won't take too much longer to be done. Wow, ads went off with no warning. Yeah, well, I mean, there's one right over there. Right below. I finally got it working. Don't ask me how, but it's working. Man, those German potatoes sure give you funny dreams. No kidding. Hey, Gregor, are you here? Can you explain the German potatoes thing? Okay, so it's obvious we have a key laying here now on this table.
I am making many new friends in Britannia.
Redden FM, welcome to the channel.
Followed.
welcome to the channel. My name is Bitterman. We're playing old PC games right now. Look, Gabriel Knight, yeah. Okay, so my guess is this key opens this door, right? I mean, come on. Can't be much more obvious than that. So let's try this. Oh, I should have saved it. Son of a gun.
It fits.
It fits, and he just runs in like boom. Okay, let's save this before we get stupid. What day is this? Day 8? Day 9? What day are we on? Day 8. All right. It's Tuesday, yeah. I wished it was Thursday. Oh, in a way, I wished it was Thursday.
Making many new friends in
Commando,
Britannia.
welcome in. Thank you for that follow.
Commando underscore just followed.
All right, so I guess we have a
A
library.
heavy wooden table occupies the center of the library.
Thank you for the obvious there.
An ancient shield hangs on the wall. More colorful tapestry soften the stone walls here.
Can we
Gabriel
manipulate
cannot
these?
reach. These shelves contains books on archaeology. These shelves display books on geography. A title catches Gabriel's eye. People's Republic of Benin by Lowell Kelly.
Okay.
Gabriel pulls out the book entitled People's Republic of Benin and scans through it. The People's Republic of Benin is an area of rich and diverse cultures and a proud heritage. Before slaving devastated many tribes, this area was populated by some of the oddest, fiercest, and most powerful tribes in tribal Africa. The Fans, the Dahomies, and the terrible
The
Agri.
homies.
The book, The Primal Ones, by John Roots, provides insight into these fascinating cultures. Gabriel wouldn't know where to begin. Gabriel wouldn't. There are books on sociology. Gabriel recognizes a title, The Primal One, by John Roots.
Frass sausage.
Gabriel takes down the primal ones and opens it. In contrast with the peaceful nomadic tribes of northern Africa, certain tribes of the southwest were vicious and xenophobic. This part of Africa is called the Red Basin area because of the vast amount of bloodshed that's occurred there over the centuries. In this one area of Africa existed in a perpetual state of war and raiding, some of the most powerful and efficient fighters the world has ever seen. Why did this region inspire such violent behavior? To understand, one must look even further back. See Ancient Roots of Africa by Earl Lee Days.
Earl Lee Days? Seriously? That's the guy's name. Earl Lee Days. That's got to be a joke. A bad one. That's worse than a joke, I would tell. And you found a picture of your DivX player. That's pretty funny. I'd never seen one before.
Gabriel takes down the primal ones and opens it. In contrast with the peaceful this part of in white, there are books Gabriel recognizes. These shelves contains books. Gabriel peruses the titles with interest. These shelves display books on geography. This part of the library contains books on the
This is a
occult,
little fiddly.
necromancy, witchcraft, demonology, lycanthropes. Research material any good Schattenjäger needs, Gabriel supposes.
This is like a supernatural library.
This part of the library. These shelves, Gabriel Peru. These shelves, Gabriel.
That's
These
the
shelves,
solution.
Gabriel. Gabriel looks at the titles curiously. These shelves, Gabriel. These shelves, Gabriel recognizes a title.
Aha. That's what we're looking for.
Roots of Africa by Earl
Number
Lee
6,
Day.
extra tip. Number 7, 2 number 45s.
One with cheese.
Gabriel removes ancient roots of Africa
That's a cool
and
game.
browses through it. The ferocity of the tribes in the Red Basin region is traceable to their predecessors. In Egyptian time, 4000 to 2000 BC, this region was ruled by powerful sun worshippers. We know a little about this mysterious cult by the remnants of ruins far older and of a culture far more advanced than any that exists in Africa today. See Sun Worshippers by A. Curate.
God, these book titles are awful.
These shelves, journals, something to peruse. These shelves conjure something. These shelves, something.
These texts are in German. I'll really need to learn the language. So I
These
guess it's...
shelves a title catches.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So I guess we're just going to have to keep bouncing around from shelf
Gabriel
to shelf.
takes down Sun Worshippers and scans it. One of the earliest religious practices was that of sun worship. The most powerful cults of sun worshippers lived on the continent of Africa. The African sun god was violent and terrible, and so became his worshippers. They practiced a particularly bloody form of ritual sacrifice. The homeland of this ancient cult is still considered a sacred site of power. See Ancient Digs of Africa by Professor Seymour Shards.
God, these authors are just horrible.
These shelves, Gabriel looked. This part, research. This research.
Want to some
A title cat. There are books on Gabriel.
Must be down
These
here.
give-
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Hey, furry big gamers, welcome in.
Gabriel takes
We're just reading
Ancient Digs
weird
of
books.
Africa and opens it. The most fascinating archaeological site in Africa is the Great Snake Mound in the People's Republic of Benin, located 50 miles south of the capital in the Red Basin. Like the snake mounds of North America, the origin and meaning of these great mounds remains a mystery, though clearly they were the results of profound and urgent spiritual belief. Unlike other snake mounds, the African example is a double snake mound, a small snake ring within a larger snake ring. The mound is thought to have housed an ancient temple. Although archaeologists have explored the mound site, the interior remains largely unchanged from ancient times. This is partially due to stringent government regulations and partially to local superstitions. The local people regard the mound with fear and will not go near it.
A double snake ring?
Gabriel flips furiously looking for a picture.
Oh my God, it's a wheel within a wheel.
A wheel within a
Gabriel
wheel?
decides to hang on to the Snake Mound book.
Gabriel Knight gave her too many shots during her voice acting. I don't mind the voice. The only complaint that I have is that I think she paces it too slowly. All right, so I think we're Heck, we might be able to finish this today. I don't know. We'll see. What else can we do here?
These texts are in a heavy.
I assume that we're done in here. I don't suppose I can
Gabriel
take
does
this.
not want to take. Gabriel does not want to take that
You
from the
actually found
library.
a photo of the day they were recording Grandma. Or, there's a joke here, isn't there? Is that before she started recording her voiceovers? She was getting ready, wasn't she? She was warming up to it. All right. So I wonder if the lady's down there, and we can leave the castle now, maybe? She's still... oh my god, she's been peeling these potatoes for 24
Morgen,
hours.
Herr Knight. I'm cooking your Frühstück, a good German breakfast. Please, feel at home.
Okay.
Gabriel is sure doing.
So let's just chat with her. Only person I can talk to anyway.
So, what do you do when you're not puttering around the
stuff.
castle?
Every day I go to Riddersburg to do the daily shopping and visit my friends.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
So we've already asked her a bunch of questions.
You wouldn't know anything about this key I found in Wolfgang's bedroom now, would you?
Key? Why, no, Herr Knight, I cannot say that I do.
Tell me something.
Schloss Ritter is the center from which the...
I think we've already gone
Tell me.
through all
I
of
was-
that. Looks like we've already got everything. She didn't know anything about any of this. Now, I have a problem. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's say it didn't want to give me access to the exit.
You wouldn't know anything about...
Key?
I wonder how much this girl gets paid. I don't know. All she does is just peel potatoes all the time and occasionally vacuum when I do rituals in the chapel. I don't suppose there's anything else I need to do here. Did she clean up the mess I made? No, it's still there.
The chamber pot is hardly a challenge.
All right, so we'll leave. Let's see if we can go to Rittersburg.
Gabriel feels ready.
Wait,
Gabriel feels ready to leave.
so how do I arrange my travel plans? There's no telephone. And he certainly doesn't have a cell phone. This is 1993. Can't go this way. How the heck do I get out of here? She won't let me, or they won't let me leave the house. They're keeping me. They're kidnapping me. They're keeping me hostage. Call it Birkneck. Whatever that is.
Gabriel opens the most fascinating archaeological site in Africa. Is the Great Snake Mound, like the Snake Mound. Unlike, although this is Gabriel looks at the picture again.
Again. Look at that picture again. I don't know where
This is the
fire is calming. It is, actually. What do I need to do? Do I open the window here and holler out, I need to leave? But you can never leave.
I'd scream, but no one would hear me.
The sweet, sweet wheel. That wheel is impressive.
That.
Anybody see a telephone in this place? I haven't seen a telephone. Did I miss a telephone in the library, perhaps?
There is nothing to... Gabriel doesn't need the candles.
He doesn't need the candles. Okay, great. Doesn't need the candles. Hey, point and click where you can leave anywhere with just the stuff you found in the place. So, yeah. So maybe talk to her again? Did I miss a dialogue option? Maybe she can arrange the return home, because the only person I can talk to is her. There's nobody else in this whole building. I can't leave the building. So let's see.
So, what do you do?
Every day I...
You
Gabriel,
already told me that part. Okay, so tell me something else.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah.
Voodoo Mysteries, New Orleans Snakes, St. John's, Cabriques Encore, Marie Laveau, Round 4, Animal Mask, Veve, Dambala, Ogum Baragri, Black Voodoo, Schattenjäger.
Just
Wolf. As you...
Tell-
It is a troubled family here.
tell me.
Schloss.
Tell me.
I was...
What?
Only the pure...
What can you...
I have never...
Okay, so she seems useless. It's clear I'm supposed to leave.
Gabriel feels ready to leave, but he needs to arrange his travel plans first.
Can you give me some advice on how to do that there, lady? Because I don't know how to do that. Is there a phone on top of this?
It's a lion's head carved in stone.
How about
The
this?
great hall of Schloss Ritter towers around Gabriel. He can imagine the heating bill.
We go in here and maybe open a supernatural line to somebody who then allows me to leave? I don't understand. Let's see. Do I have a ticket for the plane?
Great. It's on... Mosley's wallet has obvious... Mosley's Americans Repressed card. Credit. What a concept.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Wait, expires next month? That's funny. Okay, so I have no clear exit here.
The great... A few tapestries hang on. The great...
I found this key in Wolfgang's bedroom.
That is good, Herr Knight.
She's like, congratulations, want a cookie?
I found this book in the library. I think it might tell us where Wolfgang went.
Africa? You think Wolfgang went to Africa?
I know he did.
Then I shall make you a plane trip
Okay,
right now,
that's what
yeah?
we needed to do.
Well, I guess so.
Good, good. My poor Wolfgang. You have money for the plane, yeah?
Mosley does. Can't you just pay for the fare? Let's see what she says.
Can't you pay for the fare?
No. How Wolfgang bought his ticket, I do not know, but we have no money left. Have you no money, Herr Knight?
I do, but, you know, whatever.
Are you sure the Ritter estate can't pay?
I manage Wolfgang's books. I am quite sure. Have you any money?
That was worth a shot. Sorry, Mosley.
I know. We can use this credit card.
Terrific! I will go make the call. Then, while we wait, breakfast.
Does that mean I get some coffee now?
He hasn't had a newspaper either. Oh man, we're going all the way down there. Day 9. And then the wheel went round and round. It's a wheel within a wheel.
Wheel within a wheel.
You want I stay here, right? It's a long walk back to the city.
Yeah, sure. Wait here, please. Maybe a while, though.
No problem. I could use a nap.
Why does this guy sound like he's Russian or something? A bee. Okay.
The snake mound consists of an outer ring and an inner ring. 2 snakes eating their tail.
How you doing, Retro Slow Lane? Oh, wheel within a wheel. Like Stewie says, cool whip. A whip. Alright, so I guess... actually, we should look at stuff.
Gabriel is on a rise overlooking an ancient snake mound
Having issues
in the
typing.
People's Republic of Benin. If he is correct, this is the tribal homeland of Tetelo's people.
You love saying that to yourself. What? A wheel? A whip? Cool whip? Hey, wait a minute. Why is there a light switch in an ancient temple from like 3000 BC?
From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of a shoe. Mummy-like figures in contorted poses appear to be the only residents here. Gabriel wonders, was this a burial mound? Or does their presence serve some ritualistic purpose?
Oh no, you're at this part. What is that supposed to mean? Hey, Final. You're not building my confidence here, you know that, right? Oh, we're in day 9, not 8. Look at that. I only had 1 save for day 8, huh? Oh,
From
no,
off
indeed.
in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of a shoe.
I have a feeling I'm gonna die.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's
being watched. Yes, I get it. I get it. I get it.
If Gabriel wants to relocate that tile, he's going to have...
This stone looks interesting.
So we took it, huh?
In the center of the wall painting is a square sunken area. Holes about the size of a quarter appear in the wall there.
Nice knowing you.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched. The walls bear ancient paintings. The rooms of the... Gabriel would rather not... The sunken area...
So do I have something? How about we try?
Gabriel cannot...
So what do we have that could fit there?
There's nothing to use the...
Wait, I didn't ask to do that.
From off. Gabriel cannot... There's... Gabriel cannot...
Let's see. I bet you I'm going to need the flashlight, aren't I? No?
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched.
I get it. Stop telling me that, lady.
Mummy-like figure. Gabriel wonders. Gabriel would rather not mess with that mummy. From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of...
It's stuck.
It's stuck. All right, so what is this?
This is the last...
Okay.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
I mean, this is just going to creep me out, isn't it?
There's already a stone. An elaborate mural with a masked design has been carved into the wall in this room.
Okay.
Why would Gabriel...
That was weird. It hitched
from
the way
off
it did.
in the mount?
Okay, so that, let's see, maybe...
Why would... The mural does not appear. The stone itself. If Gabriel wants to reload the mural...
So I can't remove it. It's stuck. Okay, so we'll come back to this. Oh.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
I think...
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Rev Brown just
Gabriel
cheered
has the
100 bits. Cheer 100 them, it's
he's
stuck.
being watched.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Rev Brown. Indeed, I am being watched.
In the center of the wall, the sunk...
Okay, wait a minute.
The walls bare. That wouldn't be particular.
I'm going to save this. I feel like it's going to crash on me for some reason. Now, why do you have a sticky on your head? Because of a hat redeem. I actually have an idea about how to make that a little easier. And a little more fun. How's it going, Mar? Welcome in. One of the goofy things we do here. Oh.
It's shaped a little like a snake.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
So do these all look the same? Are they different patterns? I assume they're different patterns. Okay, yeah, they are. Looking at it here. Oh, they look like dye. Yeah, it's just one of the goofy things that we do here. Everything from hats to Post-it notes. Although lately, Post-it notes have been a much more common thing. This mural looks the same across the board.
Shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
I know, I know. Okay, go this way. I'm hoping we come back around to the beginning. It looks like this might be the entrance.
Gabriel has the creepy sensation he's being watched.
Did I just pick that up? I was too busy. No, it's already gone.
The sunken area.
Yeah, we're just going back in circles now. Okay. So... Oh, wait. No, I need to go this way because there's one that's stuck. Is it not this one that's stuck? Although it looks like there's a plate there now.
It's stuck.
Wait, this one is... Okay, something's really confusing. Where's that rod that I picked up?
The rod fits into the hole in the stone. Nothing happens.
Okay. I guess we're not done here.
The head of this snake rod fits perfectly into these... Doesn't seem to do anything, though.
In the center of the wall painting is a square sunken area. A shadow
flickers out of the corner of his eye. I get it, lady, I get it.
The head of this snake rod...
Gabriel goes around in circles. Yeah.
Doesn't seem to do anything, though.
Okay, so how about...
Those two objects...
Let's see... 2, 3... So I don't know exactly what these patterns mean yet. It's definitely not a slide puzzle.
From off in the mound echoes a sound like...
I feel like we're repeating the same...
Gabriel cannot...
Okay, there's a lot more rooms to this than I thought. Now I understand, Final, why you said, oh, you're at this place.
The sunken area.
Because this is going to prove to be really annoying.
Want some rye?
Gabriel has
the
sensation he's being watched.
Oh, this is the entrance, because check it out.
Gabriel.
Yep, there's the entrance. Okay, we know that. Time for you for bed. Enjoy hunting those shadows. Thank you, Epic, for being here. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll catch you on Thursday evening for GodCom. I'll be streaming Wreckfest, 7 p.m. Eastern time, so I don't know, it might be a little
Gabriel has the creeping sense.
Might be a little after you'd normally be gone, but if you pop in, we'll be doing Wreckfest, which is a relatively new sort of smash 'em up driving game, and then of course back on Friday with Fallout 2. So that'll be fun. And now that I feel like I'm actually making progress in Fallout 2, that's the cool thing. How about we just try each one of these here? You hope you won't forget again. It's all right. It's late, man. I know that.
It fits.
But the question about it fitting is, does it really matter? Like, what kind of a message am I expecting to get?
The rod fits into the hole in the stone.
The rod?
Nothing happens.
And nothing happens. Okay.
This stone looks...
Okay, is there anything in the room that can help me identify, like, is there a pattern or something specific I can use to determine which stone goes where? I'm assuming these are placed in each room individually, and that means that there's a total of at least 12 rooms. There should be 2 that are stuck.
Gabriel has...
Yeah, this is one that's stuck. Let's see if we can unstick it.
From off in the mound.
There's no message for that one? Does that mean it comes loose?
It's stuck.
Will it fit in his mouth?
There does not seem to be any place to...
So no message when I insert that. However, the front of it... Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Those two objects. There's already a...
Okay, not sure about that. What is that? This mural appears on several walls. And it looks nothing like any of this. This looks like a snake. This looks like a Rorschach test. The rest look like a bunch of chicken scribbles and scratches. An egg, maybe? I don't know what that's supposed to be. That looks like one of the puzzles out of Knights of the Old Republic. And that looks like somebody threw confetti. I have no idea what these are for.
From off in the mound.
So nothing, huh, buddy? Tell you what, we'll go back now. Did that make a difference? I don't think this is going to make any difference. Nothing? Of course not.
Gabriel from off. From off in the mouth.
Yeah, see, this is that same mural. And that's the same mural as well.
From off in.
Yeah, they're tree roots. These look like tree roots. Yeah, I agree. It is a mound that I'm sure stuff is growing on. But maybe the mummies are an important sign for what's there, because there's a mummy in each room. Maybe this one belongs with this guy?
Gabriel has...
But what would be for that guy? Or what about this guy?
Mummy-like figures in. Gabriel wonders. Was this from off in the mound echo? The rod will not.
And what about this guy? Maybe that one, because they're all vertical? Okay.
A shadow flickers in the...
Oh, shush, lady. So this is another one that was stuck.
An etched stone is on...
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I see.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel. An etched stone... An...
Okay, we can actually...
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
I gotcha. Hang on a second here. So this one, maybe. Why does that look like the Chicago Cubs symbol?
There's already a...
So what about the one that was stuck? Well, I'm actually
From
able
off.
to view those now. So now I want to go to the one that, the other one that's stuck, which should be this next scene. Okay, maybe one more scene. Is this? There it is. Can we look at this one?
An etched stone.
Okay.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched.
sort of a revelation.
From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of a shoe.
So 7 vertical snakes, right?
And
7 vertical snakes. We have...
from
well, that's
off in
9.
the mound echoes a sound. The stone.
Oh, wait.
Those 2 objects.
I'm about to turn her off.
Gabriel has the creeping sense.
Lady, shut up. I'm busy here. Jeez.
The stone is from the stone is from
Okay, that is a snake design.
the stone is a shadow flickers in the corner. The stone is etched
Okay.
from off in the mound.
And last but not least... well, that doesn't look anything like that.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye. A shadow flickers in the corner of
Time to break out the manual. Not the manual. On a scale of 1 to missed, how hard is this game? Mr. Beastwick, good to see you, by the way. 1 to missed. I'd say this is closer to missed. Maybe 8. I mean, there are some stupid, overly convoluted puzzles in this game. And this might just be one of them. So, what I need to figure out, because I don't know if this has any effect whatsoever, is how many of these rooms there are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. Okay, so this is room
Gabriel
1.
has the creeping sensation he's being watched.
So, 2.
From off in the mound echoes a sound like
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be the last one. There's 12 rooms.
From off in the mound echoes a sound like the...
So there's 12 rooms total. I'm assuming a circular pattern because we're in a wheel within a wheel. So, let's see. Entrance. That didn't work. Hang on a second. Oh, I know why. How far am I? We're pretty close to the end. We're on day 9. What is there? I forget how many days there were. Honestly, I have been playing this game for so many months now. We got one more day after this one. So there's 10 days. I thought there was 10. In the game, that's each chapter is a day. And we got through day 8 in like no time flat. I mean, very quickly. So let's see. Here we go. All right. So we've got 12 rooms in a circular pattern, which I don't think the circular part really matters that much. Hey, Dick Danza, welcome in. This was Tim Curry and Mark Hamill voice acting. Tim Curry, Mark Hamill, Leah Remini, Michael Dorn, a few other people. Hey, Kilgore, how you doing? Welcome in, sir. I think you're right. I think Wreckfest will be a little more interesting. In fact, you saw we were talking about multiplayer interest. Have you defrustrated in this game yet? I'm currently working out a puzzle in what is one of the final, I guess, scenes in the game. We're on day 9 out of 10, so we're getting close. And I'm trying to sort out this inventory thing that I have going on here, which is here. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm guessing this is supposed to go, and that looks like 5. Is that
Gabriel has
5?
the creepy. The stone is etched with a peculiar snake
Yeah, that looks
design.
like 5. No, wait, there's 2
From
snake
off
heads there,
in
so
the
that's
mound
6. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. That's also 6. Heck. And that's 9.
From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of a shoe.
4, 5, 6,
A shadow
7,
flickers
8.
in the corner of
Narrator needs to... I know, she's starting to get on my nerves, isn't she? Trespasses at the dads. And I think I've got this sorted out. I think I know what I need to do.
A shadow flickers in the corner.
That's 11. I think this is going to work a bit like a die, but it's going to be 12. It's going to be crazy. Wreckfest is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I think this is going to be enjoyable.
A shadow
so 8, 9,
flickers in
10.
the corner.
Okay. So how about this? Let's go back to the beginning, because if I'm right... Did I just... Oh my god, I'm going to have to go all the way around to the front. I thought I was already at... Yeah, that's my take on the puzzle. Crap, I must have been 1 over from it. Oh, there's the entrance. Ah, shnikes, get over here. Okay, so this is... I'm assuming the doorway is going to be tile 1. Let's just start with that. I mean, you got to start somewhere. So we'll put this tile here.
From off in the mound echo.
And out of curiosity, we'll stick our rod in there for fun. Let's see if this works. She doesn't complain. All right. So are we going clockwise or counterclockwise? We'll go clockwise around the mound. So this would be 2. But we can't remove this one, can we? Yeah, than last week. Although I really had a good time playing Quake. I really did.
An etched stone is...
4, 5, 6, 7.
From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of a shoe.
The 2 that are stuck might actually be...
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
Stuck. Maybe that's what it was.
A shadow flickers in the
Quake
corner.
goes without saying, right?
An etched stone.
Lady, I'm getting really sick and tired of your mouth there, lady.
A shadow flickers in the corner.
I think she's starting to say it even more frequently. Does that mean I'm about to die? Okay, so if that's 7 in the next room and it's stuck, then how about 6? This is either going to be 6 or 8, and if we're going counterclockwise or clockwise, then I assume
Gabriel,
which one was 6. Lady, stop, please. Busy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks like 6 to me.
The stone does not seem to go there.
So maybe 7? Or maybe I was right. Maybe 1, or not 7. 8. I had to think, what was in the other room? Was that one the one that was 8? No. Which one was 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
From off in the
Maybe 8's one of the ones that stuck. All right, maybe I'm on the wrong path. I don't know. So let's go this way.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel.
And of course, audio breaks all of a sudden and freaks out. So here, hang on a second. So let's. Would you? So if this is 6, 7.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel. An etched stone.
So this is 7. 8. There's 2 of them that are stuck. So if this is 7, let's see. Let's see.
Gabriel has the.
Then possibly 8, 9. See if I can find the broken one or the stuck one. 10, 11, 12. 12 is the one. This one is the one that's stuck as well.
Gabriel has the. And
so 10, 11, 12. Yes.
a shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's.
I think I'm on the right path. I counted out the rooms. I'm going in clockwise order, and we went from what was 7 to 12, and that worked. So I think that's it. So if that's the case, then the next room will be 1. So we'll take this one. We'll stick it here. Oh, I might have misclicked. Maybe that's why it didn't work the first time. So the next one will be 2. You think the 8... Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is 2. This should be 2. Yeah. That makes sense. Maybe that's why it was not working. Okay. That worked. So then 3... which should be that one.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched.
4, right? 4? Is that right? 4? Let's see. That's 4.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's.
5, which 5 was the one I thought originally might have been 6. Is that this one? No. That is 6.
Those two are... Those...
Damn it, would you... There we go. So that's...
Gabriel...
That's 5. See if I actually get this right. And 6 is next, which is not that one. I think it's this one.
Gabriel has... Just...
7 should already be in place. That's the stuck one here. So that's 7. 8. You think 8 is the spiral one? Let's take a look at it and we can tell. Let's see. 1,
Gabriel has the
2,
creeping sensation he's
3,
being watched.
4, 5.
From off in the mound
6,
echoes a sound like the scuffle
7,
of a
ads
shoe.
for
you non-subscribers. Use
Oh,
your Twitch
man,
Prime
really
now.
stupid ads. Why do the ads have to come in now? I'm busy solving a puzzle here. So that's 8. Good call, Rev Brown. Thank you for that. And let's see. 9. which should be this one. 4 plus 5, that equals 9. So we'll put the Chicago Cubs symbol here.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being...
I have the creeping sensation I'm going to turn that narrator off. 10. This one 10, 5. No, that's 11. Oops.
Gabriel has
4,
the
8,
creeping
9,
sensation.
10. Okay. Just refreshing your memory, yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if I counted that one right because I kind of loosely counted it. I didn't really make a point of doing it accurately. I was trying to get an idea which ones were which.
From off.
Okay, now then, I'm gonna. Well, I got the noise for that, so that's a good sign. We're gonna have ads kick in here in just a moment, but I'm gonna save it real quick. Let's see. We'll just put stones in place. Now then, which one of these I stick this thing in, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure.
From off in the mount.
Actually, you know what? We're pretty close to where we were, where the stuck one was. I assume 1 would be the
From off.
logical one for us to go sticking things into, but this one's the only one that has something that's not just a mural on the wall. The intro of the day tells you, oh God, like I paid attention. I should have. I was doing something else. Dude, come on. Okay, which one did I say this was? This one is 6, right?
And a shadow flick.
Okay, so we need to keep going this way.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched. Gabriel has the...
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No, not really. It wouldn't be a spoil for that. It was already in there.
A shadow flickers in the car.
But I am going to do this. I'm going to take a very brief break. We got commercials about ready to kick in. If you guys will bear with me for just a few minutes here, I am going to take a quick stretch break myself and then come back when these commercials are over. 3 minutes is all I ask, and then we'll be back. See you in just a few.
I'll be back in a jiffy.
right, sorry about that. Thank you very much. Glad I make $1. Hey, you know what? I mean, if I'm going to enjoy this, I might as well. I'd be playing this stuff anyway, so it's one of those where it's like if I can just have a good time doing it outside of it, a little extra. Blocking them with 3 different internet browser add-ons extensions. Jeez, overkill, isn't it? Pretty sure Nitro gets past along the street. Excuse me, Turbo, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, Turbo does. I don't know what the percentage is. Yeah, ad blocking doesn't. If the ads don't go through, I think it really only counts time spent actually being showed. I don't really know how they do it, honestly. Glitch made audio chaos. Let's see. 12 and 3 turn the key.
A shadow flickers in the...
That's what it was. It was in the video. See, I got distracted by something else, and I looked back. Okay, so 12 and 3. Huh?
A shadow...
Did the same cut as if the ad actually plays if the person
Gabriel
has turned... Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
From somewhere off in the mound, Gabriel hears a soft click, then a rumble.
So that's 3. Well, that was impressive.
I have a feeling that did something.
I have a feeling you're right. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. This ain't right.
The room...
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
Okay.
You're
dead. Let's see. I think this is after I put all these in place. Yeah, it is.
This is the last...
Is this 3?
An edge stone from off in the mound.
So this is 11, and we need to go clockwise, so we got to go this way. So 1. Oh wait, no. 12 and 3. Maybe the order matters.
Gabriel has the creepy and edge.
So 10, 11. This music is very unsettling. And I think this should be 10.
A shadow flick. And...
Yeah, so this is... actually, no, this is... Yeah, 10. Okay, so I need to go this way 2. 2 times. Go north twice. And this should be 12. So we'll do 12. And then we'll do 3.
Gabriel, an edge stone is on the wall.
Yeah.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye. There does not appear to be a place to
Oh. So 3 is one of them. 12 didn't do anything.
A shadow flick.
Discord on the brain. Jeez. This should be 2.
An edge.
That's 2. Okay. All right. So this time, I guess, use the rod and run like Hades. Is that it?
From some...
Uh-oh. I have a feeling that did something.
Oh, crap. That's no good. Wait. Why can't I move? I can't move. That's not fair. Okay. I think I understand now. I need to do 3, and then I need to immediately go to 12, and then use the rod again. Sierra plot dead. It's the truth, man. This game, it's Mr. Beastwig. That's true for every Sierra game. I mean, what is it? King's Quest. King's Quest is basically just Stairmaster with depth. Stairmaster. What is it? Stairmaster Death Simulator. It's awful.
An etched stone is on the wall.
Poor Rosella, she can't manage to miss like one step and survive. She's dead instantly. Okay, so... Oh, wait a minute. 3 is this way.
From off in the mouth. An etched...
It's only a game. Why you have
Gabriel
to be mad?
has the creeping sensation he's being watched.
All right, so this is where we need to come back to.
A shadow flickers in the corner.
Yes, shut up, lady. I'm busy. Let's see. So we're currently in room 12. Watching Rig play Tomb Raider today, I'd say Laura gives Rosella great competition. She does. I was lurking a bit watching. That was interesting. You have to hand it to Sierra. Hand in your Sierra Adventure games are the best retro adventure Game Pass cards. It should be, but so let's see. We got 12 here. I got to go 1, 2, 3, and then we come back because it looks like I could go 4, and then after that it was over. But can I defeat the zombie dudes? Maybe before I actually punch it, I should try saving it first. So this would be 1, 2, 3.
An etched...
Okay, so this is 3, so we're going to save it here. All right, now then. Actually, kind of curious.
Using the snake.
I don't want that thing on my wrist.
That didn't do it. Okay, maybe it's just a matter of using that rod.
From somewhere off in the mountain, Gabriel hears a soft click.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling that did something.
I like that line. So I can't get back to it.
Get that crap out of here.
I really don't.
That was left-handed.
Okay.
Gabriel.
No kidding.
From somewhere.
Okay, maybe the dagger?
Uh-oh.
The dagger will not work on the mummy.
Gabriel doesn't want to lose those notes.
This is the last page.
I'm gonna die repeatedly. I don't know exactly what it is that I need to do. Oh, that's the diary.
You're dead.
Gabriel, putting the scales there wouldn't help. Putting the scales.
He's dead, Jim.
I don't know.
Gabriel doesn't see a way. Gabriel doesn't see a way. Gabriel does.
So what if I run that way? So we're at 3. Maybe we have to run clockwise. I don't know. Let's try it.
2 corpses, everything's fine.
From somewhere.
Not in this game. There must be at least 24 corpses just from today alone. Okay, so I can't go that way. There's a mummy in the way.
I really don't want to be dead.
Everything's
Can we
fine.
try
Not
that
fine.
again?
Not even really fine at all. So we can't go clockwise. It looks like we have to go
Gabriel
counterclockwise.
has the creep.
So I guess we'll just have to go back.
From.
And then once we get to this room, there's nothing we can do. We can't even... So... There's got to be something else I'm missing. Maybe we need to do something with the one that's stuck.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched.
6. So we'll come back to this one. The mummy that was blocking the doorway was the one that led to the entrance. So they don't want you to get to this point.
It does. A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
And which one was this again? 7, I think. Is that what that's what I wrote down?
Etched stone.
Yeah, 7.
A shadow flickers in the corner.
It wasn't the right hole for that cock.
I forget what that was from.
Gabriel.
No, that's not it. There we go. So this is the one that we want. I'm going to try again. I got an idea.
From some.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang, bang.
Look at the size of those knockers.
No! You can't kill me. I'm indestructible. I'm just kidding. So it looks like maybe I just have to play dodge the mummy. Except for if I go the other way... Oops. I can't go to 12. Maybe I gotta go all the way around the long way?
A shadow flickers in the corner.
Yeah, he just rips him open.
From some.
God, my nose is driving me nuts. Why is it itching? Oh, crap. I gotta do a whole other... Okay. You know what? We're just gonna overwrite.
Don't do it. I'm a virgin.
Day 9. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh, no. Oh, it's not... It's a time thing. It's a time thing. It has to be very quick because it all of a sudden froze when you heard the music. So I guess maybe I need to run really quickly? How is this supposed to work? And too late. Prime is giving away Baldur's Gate 2. You got 1, Planescape Torment, and Neverwinter Nights. They're giving away really good old games. They have been giving away a lot of good stuff
really
lately.
don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
You agree? Sadly, recently there's been a lot of RPGs that you're not a fan of. Yeah. Broken sword, you recorded. Oh, that's it. Okay. I still haven't played Broken Sword.
There is no... Why move? There's no... Questioning the creature seems a little futile.
That's a great
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
Maybe you can't look at them directly? Possibly?
Come on, boys. Hoopla.
And frozen. With no way out. Oh, wow. There's 3 of them at the entrance. Holy moly.
I really don't want to be dead.
This one is very silly, Dick Danza. I'm not sure exactly what I need to do now.
The mummy-like bodies have animated. The mummy-like bodies have animated, and they appear intent on one thing. Gabriel.
Okay. No clue. I don't even know where to begin. What's in my inventory? Need a hand? Well, the mummies are already dead. She made that clear.
This is the... Somewhat... Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketch.
I desperately need some mummy repellent.
It's a newspaper clip. Gunter Ritter's diary is leather-bound.
A piece of coal broke off.
Pages are old. The letter is addressed to... It's a note. It's Gabriel's... The reconstructed Veve was done for Gabriel by... Gabriel sketched a new series of crosses from the Laveau tomb and added what letters he could match. Sam's replica of Madame Casanou's. Partridge's notes are scribbled on notepad. The jar...
Alright, maybe...
Gabriel the most fascinating, like the snake mounds of Nod. Unlike other snake mounds, the African example, although archaeologists have explored the mound site, this is partially due to stringent... Gabriel looks at the
picture again. Not that I can really make anything out in that picture. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be seeing other than the snake mound, the 2 circles.
Those 2 objects would have... Those 2 objects... Gabriel can see that.
Maybe.
Those two objects. The flashlight.
Okay, so that didn't do any good.
Gabriel.
He can see it fine without any magnification. I don't want to magnify him. He's scary enough as it is. I don't suppose...
You...
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time with the rod and see if I can do something with him. I mean, it says they're already dead, so...
The rod will not...
Oops. Nom nom. I mean, really, he's eating me. These guys are feasting today. Is there something on the wall that should be a hint? Sunlight, couple of animals, bunch of people.
And I'd like a glass of cold gravy with a ham.
Having it, please. Spare the rod, spoil a zombie. Well, I'm wondering here because looking at the mural, if that has anything to do with the solution to this, it shows sunlight. And then the reason why I'm thinking there may be a possibility is because of all the little stick figures that are all around. Oh yeah, Mr. Beeswick, if I give up, I'm just gonna end up, well, Dick Danza already made a suggestion, or said, you know, offered a hand, so I might ask for a hint. I'm gonna see if I can work this, because this shouldn't be that complicated. I don't have many options. This is one of the nice things about some point-and-click adventures is sometimes you get into areas where there's not a whole lot of options. Like, for example, in Ritter Castle, there was only 4 rooms, right? The whole area, you couldn't leave with one person. So it's not like you could interview that many people. You knew everything took place in such a very contained area. My biggest problem with Gabriel Knight, as far as trying to get through stuff, was there weren't very good hints or suggestions as to what to do when you were in New Orleans. And there was a lot of locations and a lot of people in New Orleans. It became it'll be vague, oh God. So I'm hoping I can sort this one out. And I'm wondering if maybe there is a solution that's obvious, but I'm not quite picking it up. So what I'm going to do is actually load...
August has entered the chat.
Good. Hey,
Gabriel
August.
has the creeping sensation he's
What a
being
hit!
watched.
That's right, you stupid son of a bitch!
I look so silly. How are you enjoying your PS5, man? Have you had a chance to play Back for Blood?
Is in the corner.
Need to be, yeah. Well, there's a good chance we'll be able to do some Back for Blood next week. I'll send you a message and let you know, because I don't know what we're gonna do specifically, but we'll definitely look into it. Which one was this?
A shot.
Awesome.
And it's
Okay, so we're at 1. So that means we need to go back 1 more.
a shadow flickers in the corner of the...
Maybe I need to do something much simpler than I thought.
Those
stop that. There we go.
The dagger will not work on the mummy. Gabriel cannot...
I can't operate the mummy.
Gabe...
Can we ask it questions?
The mummy does not...
Can we open the mummy?
Gabriel cannot open...
You don't want to open the mummy, do you?
There's no reason. Gabriel can see...
Maybe the torches?
That doesn't seem to be... There's no...
It's simple. It isn't simple. It's stupid. Well, that's some of the puzzles. How's it going, Wally Wesker? Welcome in. Wally Wesker, good to see you. Maybe the mummy just needs some hair pomade, you know?
Why gel that?
Why gel that? Need some hair gel? There you go. Perhaps he wants a priest's shirt and collar?
The priest's garb would make little impression on...
Didn't think so. And they don't want this bracelet.
Using the snake from off in...
Let's see.
The rod...
And which one was this? This was 3, right? I think this was 3.
An etched stone.
Oh, this is 1. That's right.
A shadow flickers in the...
How's the gym going, by the way? Oh, it's going well, actually. Max, I go back tomorrow. I go 3 days a week. So this is
Gabriel.
3. So let's go back to 12. So 2, 1. Get back there. Sticking to the solid schedule? Yeah, I am actually. It works quite well.
An etched stone is on the...
There's 12. Okay, so this one, when I stuck the rod in here, it didn't do anything. No click, no rumble. So... no click, no rumble. Hey, Winter Slice. I made it out of Germany, yeah. Sorry, I missed your message, but yeah, we made it out. We made it out. And it really wasn't too difficult. I could have solved it last week. I think I was just so tired. God, by the time I was finishing up, I was just exhausted. So that didn't work. You gotta run, no problem. August, thank you for being here. And like I said, I'll DM you next week, and we'll see if there's a day we can do some Back for Blood. You can join in on this. I think it is cross-platform, because I remember seeing the option for it. Because we'll be on PC. So. And this should be 7.
An etched stone.
Yeah, this one's 7. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
A shadow.
Thank you.
An elaborate mural with a masked design has been carved into the wall in this room.
Wait a minute.
Why would Gabriel want to do that to the... Gabriel...
I don't know. Why would Gabriel want to do that? You tell me. There's a gas-powered blower situation happening right outside your window. Got me sneezing up a storm. I don't know why. My nose is itching like crazy. I don't know why. It's driving me nuts. Wait, what about the actual snake skin?
Why would Gabriel... Why would... Putting the skate...
That's
a
not...
shadow flickers in
Yeah, shut up, lady. That's not doing me any good.
Why would Gabriel cannot... Why would...
It's driving me nuts, yeah. Okay, well, let's look each room carefully, because this is
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being
mural. Entrance is 6.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye. Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched. A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye. From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of...
It's, yeah.
Gabriel has the...
At least it's Gabriel Knight, Germany, and not Riffs, Germany. Riffs, Germany. The mummy caught a really bad cold and can't stop coughing. That's just, yeah. That's worse than anything I could have said. And I even repeated it.
Gabriel has the creeping sensation he's being watched.
So 6, 7.
From off in the mound echoes a sound.
You're welcome. 5, 4, 3.
Gabriel has the creeping sense. Why? There's no reason to do that.
So there's no reason to do that with the torches yet. So how about we try this?
From somewhere, Gabriel. Gabriel cannot. Gabriel cannot.
I really don't want to be dead.
Think about this one for a minute. You've never seen this part of the game, so you're lost. You're going for fire. Good idea. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, you know what? The zombie's already dead, but if we burn them to a crisp, they could be alive and in cinders. What different, you know, they're not going to exactly be able to attack me, but maybe that's the trick.
There is it's related. Gabriel can. Gabriel can see.
Try everything I can, like brute force this sucker. Schottenjäger Uber allies. Okay, so tried this on him once.
The flashlight.
Let's see.
Why?
Alright. I'll go through that.
There's no reason. Gabriel.
Wait, what?
Gabriel could extinguish the torches.
But it would get very dark in here. You hope it has something to do with hair gel. Hey, you know what? Hair gel might actually be flammable. That's yeah. Rift's Germany is packed with monsters, including repeatedly dead. Hey, Miria, by the way, how you doing? Including the Gargoyle Empire, scary place to be even with weapons and armor. Wow. Have you tried having the old Korean lady lecture the zombie on every little thing it does? Hey, that'd be enough to aggravate it, right?
Those two objects.
Yeah, it's not what I wanted you to do. That's what I wanted you to do.
Why gel? Why gel?
I got an idea. This is a stupid idea, but this is for stupid things. Uh-oh. So I can't implement that idea.
Gabriel cannot see any way to use that.
50 butts, oh boy. Pie.
And just cheered 50 bits.
Thank you for the 50 bits. I appreciate that. How are you doing, by the way, huh? $50, oh boy. Oh, they're actually following me through the doors. Bits. Look at that.
Oh boy.
And of course, I'm dead now. You love a good old boy.
I really don't want to be dead.
Corbet, thank you for the follow.
Scored just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you very much for that Prime sub. You could have given that Prime sub to anybody, but no, you gave it to me.
70 bits. Oh, boy.
Thank you for that.
Halos and just cheered 70 bits.
Thank you for summoning Duke. Pie, I appreciate that. 70 bits. All right, Dick Danza, I give up. I haven't the foggiest idea. If you're still around, what is your vague suggestion on this one? I am totally at a loss on a solution, and I don't know what it is. I don't even know where to begin other than enacting this, but because I can't get back to 12. Once I get to room 12, it automatically locks my controls, and I can't kill him. You have to run up. Oh, you're here. Look at the surroundings more. Remember, you have a... Okay, well, I tell you what. How about we restore... from before I actually do this. Okay.
Gabriel has
I do, but I can't... Oops, it's not the button I meant to click on.
Don't ask me. I'm even less informed.
Is anybody here?
There is no answer.
Is anybody here?
There is no answer.
I mean, there's nobody to talk to. And the mummies are not exactly...
The mummy does not...
chatters. The sword, fuzzy finch, that's a good question. Look at stuff.
The walls bear ancient painting. The handiwork of the sun worshippers, no doubt.
I see there. I see, boy. Anybody there?
The rooms of the Snake Mound are made entirely from earth, formed centuries before into a wheel by sun. Torches light the interior of the mound. Either they burn perpetually, or someone recently lit them.
So, I get the impression light has something to do with this. It does make the suggestion that we could extinguish them.
Gabriel cannot see. Gabriel could extinguish the torches, but it would get very dark. Gabriel...
So, it's not going to let me do that.
Moving that would do little good.
The answer does not
Gabriel
lie in fire, light, or the exclamation button, but in another button you have rarely used after you wake the mummies and run up. Well, I think I tried. I'm trying to figure out the run up part, to be honest.
I have a feet.
Use wax lips on a hairy rhinoceros. Gee, that's not a Sam & Max reference, is it? The one I've used the least of all of these is this one.
Gabriel.
Really?
Wait a minute. Wait. Is it really push? You thought... Oh, you thought this was action. No, this is a conversation, like telling somebody something. Like, hey, I'm having a good day. How about you? You know, that kind of thing. These are the two least used. This one's even less used than either of these two. But I got a different message that I don't think I really realized I was getting before, so let's try that again. That's for the cop lady.
From some...
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Gabriel does...
dude! Ah, son of a beeswax.
Gabriel has the creeping sense...
Oh, wait, no, that is Monkey Island. Yeah, when he's going, tumbling in Marley's house. I forgot about that. Yeah, the random stuff that does the whole little comedy sequence behind the wall. All you see is the boom pows and the crash and the... That was great. Run up, you say? As in run north, which... But how do you run? He doesn't really run. Like, there's no run option. What is in that room? Well, that room is instant death. I can't get through it. Let's see. We'll try this one more time. Yeah. Saunter with a great fervor.
Gabriel has from somewhere.
I have a
If you wear your priest outfit, yeah. Anybody got a rosary? Well, they all kind of look the same except for two of them. Obviously, there is a back exit. All right, let's restore. We'll go through because I can only make it a couple of rooms. There's 1, 2. Okay, I think I see what you're talking about. I think the noise we heard is a door that's opening.
A shadow flickers.
Oh, shut up, lady.
From
No? What the heck am I looking for? So I can only get a couple of rooms. So we'll go. So this room
Gabriel
looks.
has the creeping sensation.
This room has a mural in it, right? With one, well, 2 doors, one that you can't see and one on the north. So one on the south, one on the north with a zombie in it. This one is the same mural with a door on the north and a door on the south and a zombie in it. This one has the same mural with a door on the north and a door on the south with a zombie in it. But they're all in different poses. Just casually stroll next door, yeah.
A shadow flickers in the corner.
I mean, there's tree roots and stuff.
Gabriel. Why do that to the...
Oops.
There is nothing. Although he has a playful urge to swing on those vines, Gabriel would feel a bit childish doing so without a good reason.
Have you asked the mummies about voodoo? I mean, the only other things are the vines.
From off in the mound.
I mean, oop, damn it, I clicked the wrong thing. Are we able to cut?
Why do that? Why use that? Why
not?
Why use that? The dagger will not. Why use that? Why do that?
Voiceover lady gave a little hint there, did she? I have no idea what that hint was. I didn't pick up on it. You must need a good reason to swing on the vines, I guess. Read the description again. What description? Oh my god.
Why do that? Why do that to... although he has a...
All right. I guess that's something we can try. So let's just reload. I don't want to have to figure out which room it was in, but I've got it right here. Okay.
Gabriel has the creep from somewhere. Gabriel.
Which vine? Oh my god. Maybe
really
I don't get it. Call me.
Once
555 Sierra. Yeah. Mr. Beeswick, by all means, go right ahead.
Gabriel has the creeping
At this point, I would even be willing to take a straight-up explanation of what the heck is going on, because I don't get it. The vines don't make sense.
From somewhere off in the...
Yeah, exactly. There seems to be a timer here.
Using the...
Just clicked on the wrong place.
I really don't want to be dead.
To be fair, Winter
Can we
Slice,
try that again?
that pretty much fits every time I failed in this game.
Gabriel has the creeping sense. Why move? The vines are thick and tough. Taking them down would not be easy. A shadow flickers in the corner.
Those vines are
Gabriel's
not
eye.
okay.
That doesn't... There is not... Gabriel can... There is although he has a playful urge to swing on those vines.
Okay, okay. Let's see if that's the right one. And then we'll... Because if this is it, it is stupid. Is my net dying? Yes, probably.
From some...
I have a feeling that...
Gabriel, there is that the...
I really don't want to be dead.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
Can we try that again?
And it's just really... Wow, it's tanking. What's weird is it seems to be overrunning. It's running at like 12 megabits for some strange reason. I don't understand exactly what that means when it does that. Never have figured that out. Okay. Puzzle made to sell hints. By the way, you might want to refresh your video with that little bit of a lag. That'll bring you back a little closer to the proper... Let's see.
There is not... Gabriel can...
Okay, so maybe that one I can swing on. So let's try. It's another classic Ken Williams. Is it Ken Williams? Actually, no, I think... Did Jane Jensen have... I don't know who it was that did the puzzles for this. I know this is a Jane Jensen, I guess, story more than anything.
Using the vines will... Gabriel has the...
So maybe it's those vines? This is so lame because I can't imagine how anybody figured this out automatically on their own. If they did, you're some kind of serious genius.
From somewhere off in the...
At this point, that wouldn't hurt my feelings, no. It would not hurt my feelings. In fact, if anything, if you don't tell me, I'm just going to look it up myself. You definitely brute forced your share of puzzles. I don't know if you could easily brute force this.
Gabriel has the...
Yeah, not easily. I mean, the room with the 3 zombies. North. Until you can't dodge anymore. Okay. All right, let's see if I can sort it out from there. At least I have a goal. See, that's part of the problem with this game is the puzzles will basically say, good luck.
shadow flickers
everything's
in
like a MacGyver puzzle in this thing. Well, you're stuck in a prison. The building's on fire, and you've got 30 seconds to live. You have a stick of gum, a shoelace, and a dead rat. How are you going to get out of this cell? It's, I mean, seriously. Oh my God. Okay.
from some...
The story is fantastic. I've got no issues with anything but some of the puzzles. Some of these puzzles are just absolutely asinine. Thanks a lot, dead rat.
I can't believe.
Oh, shit. Gabriel Knight, I presume.
Uncle Wolfgang?
See? He knew to use the torch. Why couldn't Gabriel have been smart enough to just grab the stupid
now
thing?
Now go to it, boy. I can't hold these creatures for very long, and there are more on the way.
Go to what?
The secret panel, boy. Those creatures are only alive while it's open. Close it, Gabriel, and hurry.
I think I found something.
Very good, Gabriel. Now stand back.
Nimble little guy, isn't he? Action Wolfgang. You hate Kyrandia too? Oh my God. Yeah.
Wow. The inner wheel.
Yes. Wheel within a wheel.
Are you okay? You don't look so hot.
I'm fine, Gabriel. The wheel. You dreamt it?
Yeah. And you?
Yes. I must congratulate you on the Three Snakes connection. I had missed it. You will make a wonderful Schottenjäger.
Who? Me?
No,
Yes.
Mr. Beastwick, I didn't figure it out
It is
myself.
a long path, my boy. I myself have still the last of my 3 quests to meet. But let us see what is here. You have found the heart of the apple, but it might be poison still.
Okay. Saving it now. Let's see. And we'll just go back to... Wait. There we go. Bozeman's, welcome in. How you doing? You're not fond of this part, but it's probably Sierra's best game. Story-wise, music, graphics, voiceovers are campy as can be, but they're fun. I mean, plus it's a great cast. No matter how good or bad the voiceovers are, it's a great cast. But the art and the music and even the story itself are just wonderful. It really is. I was looking at some information about 1993, and it looked like this was one that won Game of the Year for most games, or most releases that year.
I am making many new
Thank you for that follow as well, Bozeman Simplex.
Bozeman's Simplex just followed.
The last puzzle in Kyrandia 2 was like over 80 movements or something you gave up. And you considered it beat by doing so. That's like me. I played Star Trek 25th Anniversary, which is another wonderful game. And this was a couple of years ago. And I never could finish the final battle. The battle of the Enterprise against, what is it, 3 of the pirate ships, whatever. I can't remember. I had the worst time with it. We're about to have some commercials along with my really crappy internet. So I'm going to take advantage of the commercials, I think. Yeah, I don't understand this net thing. Always does this, and it's so aggravating. 25th is nice. You need to play it. It is really, really good. 25th Anniversary and Judgment Rights, the sequel to it, both are absolutely fantastic games. Really easy to get into, really easy to enjoy, especially 25th Anniversary to me. If you haven't played it, I strongly recommend it. The Final Unity. Actually, I don't think that's so much abandonware anymore. But, hang on a second here. Let's see. I swear I actually saw that somewhere, but I must be wrong. I don't know why I saw that recently. You got it for free. Holy crap! Wham, blam, Dan Van Dam.
With 4 viewers.
Viewers. 4 viewers. Dan, how are you doing? It's the CD version, so you have to do the ISO thing for DOSBox. Gotcha. Give me just a second. I forgot my water. Presentation-wise, this is the best of Sierra. You reckon Conquest of the Longbow is better in gameplay, though? Honestly, my favorite Sierra game is one that most people may not necessarily agree with, and that's actually Colonel's Bequest. And the reason why I really like Colonel's Bequest is because while it is entirely a Roberta Williams game as far as story and characters, the whole thing, and you can die at the drop of a hat throughout the entire game, it is one of the most playable games with very, very, very few soft locks, with multiple endings, a really wonderful story, all of that. You will wait to grab Unity on GOG. See, I would love to see it there. And it's funny, I'm getting an advertisement for Star Trek, for Strange New Worlds. Dan Van Dam, how are you doing, man? Welcome in. I think you got lucky. Maybe you didn't get any commercials. And what were you playing, by the way? I'm just waiting for these commercials to roll through since we got some, as you can see over there, it says 40 seconds left. You're well. Had to stop stream early. Oh, hopefully it's nothing serious. Maybe just a little low blood sugar, or perhaps you're a little dehydrated or just tired. Of course, if you count Dynamix as Sierra, the landscape changes a bit. Well, I mean, there's an awful lot of the smaller ones they had, Vivendi and Dynamix, for example. The heat got to you, yeah. Okay, well, that's fair enough. Now, take care of yourself, whatever you do. Looks like the commercials are almost over, at least on my phone that I use over here to keep track of what's going on. You were playing Scratches on stream, then swapped to Switchblade. You love Dynamix games. You know, I never got any of the Dynamix or the Vivendi games when they were under Sierra. Not really sure why. No particular reason. All right, we're back. Now we're here. Let's see if we can have a conversation with
It's nice to finally have someone around who knows what the hell's going on.
I know, my boy.
I know. He's got so many
Can we
questions.
talk?
We probably have a little time here. Yes, all right.
A little time, and he has this massive list. Came into a soft lock on scratches. I guess we have to ask him the famous line. Say your famous line, Gabriel. As the disc spins up.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
It sounds as though you have learned much during your investigation in New Orleans. Perhaps you will fill me in when we have a chance to sit down and talk.
They had a huge number of absolute bangers. You know, now that you say that, and now that I think about it even more, hang on a second. I can't remember if this was actually Dynamix or at least in the US. Let's see. Oh no, it came out. I was thinking the only game that was a little bit outside of the normal game for us when we were buying Sierra games back in the 80s was Sylphid. That was the first game that was not something Quest in it, you know, because we even had the original Heroes Quest. But no, that looks like they re-released that in the U.S. under Sierra, because it was originally released in Japan, I think, and then a couple years later it came out in the U.S. That was fun. That was a fun game, Sylphid. It's one that I would love to see available. The old guy looks like young guy. Yeah. Red Baron, Earthseed, Cyberstorm, Beaterial at Con. Oh, okay. So we did get a Dynamix game because we had Red Baron as well. And Cyberstorm. Now, Cyberstorm, actually, this one didn't come out on the Dynamix label, though. This one was just straight up Sierra. So, I don't know. But I never played this one originally. This one's new to me. I'm interested in trying it out. You got it on Sega CD. You believe you had it on PS2 with the newer version? Yeah, because there was like a sequel to it, wasn't there, later on? But the original Sylphid was like 1986, and then it came out in like 1988 in the US because it was limited release. Rise of the Dragon Bloody Outpost 2. Now that was a magnificent game. I know the name. I know the game, but I've never played that one.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I don't know enough about it to offer you any advice, but
I'm always
be careful when you return there, Gabriel.
What can...
What
do you know about the voodoo murders?
I know only what you have told me. They seem to be very similar to the killings in Gunther's journal.
Do you know anything else?
Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that.
What do you...
I know...
What can...
I don't know enough about it.
Do you know anything?
I have not studied...
What can...
I'm afraid I've never heard of it.
Do you know...
I know only what you've told.
Do you...
No.
Any idea?
Leider nicht. You will have to try to find it when you return to New Orleans. You must not go in alone, though. Even if we find the talisman, it will be quite a battle.
So that was the Voodoo Hound 4.
Any ideas on...
Leider nicht. You will have to try to find it when you return to
Something
New
night.
Orleans.
I don't know what lighter is.
You must not go in alone, though.
Epic's left.
Even
Anybody
if we
here
find
speak
the
German?
talisman,
Tell me what lighter means. I know Nick does night, but...
Tell me more.
I've already given you what...
Do you know anything else? Do you know...
No.
Do you know anything else?
I'm afraid I...
Okay, we're going to get to the other stuff in a second. I'm just making sure we don't miss anything.
I don't...
even though I'm pretty sure this is mostly nothing.
What can you tell me about...
We have not the time to discuss that here. You have started the path. I can see it in your eyes. You must trust yourself and be true to your inner voice. The good voice, Gabriel. You'll know it when you hear it.
Sylphid the Lost Planet is what you have on PS2, so that is the second game. The Sega CD might be Enhanced Edition from what it looks of again. Yeah, I did see that it was released on the Sega CD after the release of the Sierra version, the PC version, and it was updated. You were going to say it's strange that Paramount didn't renew the license on a Final Unity with Star Trek and retro gaming being popular. Well, I don't know what the deal is with Final Unity, considering all the games that's available on GOG.com for Star Trek, as well as the ones that are on Steam. But usually, if there's a game out of a series that was not released, it oftentimes means there is one of two possibilities. Most of the time, it usually boils down to a licensing problem. And the licensing problem could be a voice actor that's involved, dispute over who actually owns the product, things like that. Those are really common. Lighter Neeked means unfortunately not, so I'm wrong. Not Neeked on Night. Oh, well, thank you. That makes more sense in the statement. However, sometimes there's also technical challenges that prevent games from getting released. One such technical challenge is with Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Every Splinter Cell game is available for sale, but this one, and as far as I can tell, the only limitation is a technical one due to the way certain lights were rendered in this game. They do not work on modern PCs. There are third-party solutions that apparently only partially work. So you kind of just have to take with what you get in that case. The license of the company is dissolved. Yeah, I'd assume that license would be the most likely challenge, but this is a possibility, just far less likely. So we'll see. We'll see. I'd love to see it show up. Maybe they'll get it sorted out. You know, No One Lives Forever is another good example of nobody knows really who owns the licenses, or now that it's all consolidating, maybe one person actually owns it. It's a matter of time before we convince them to release it. A CRTV problem?
What can you tell me about...
The good...
Okay.
Do you know...
I don't know it.
Tell me about yourself.
This is not the time nor the place, Gabriel. I'm sorry, but I assure you, my life has not been all that instructive.
Tell me...
This is not...
Is there anything else you can tell me about Tetelo?
I can feel her presence here. I wouldn't be surprised if she knew we were violating her sanctum. I can feel...
Is there anything else you can tell me about the talisman?
The most important thing about the talisman is that it be once again in the hands of the Schattenjägers.
Do you think Tetelo's remains are here?
I have a feeling that they are, Gabriel.
If the lighting doesn't work on flat screen. Well, from what I could tell, in what I've read, it looks like it has to do with a very brief period in graphic drivers, roughly around 2003, 2005, somewhere in that range, where they were, I guess, doing things, something was being done a little differently, and then later it was changed. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but apparently the game will run, but certain spotlights don't show up. Yet everything still acts and works properly, which, of course, in that game, stealth and avoiding spotlights is a really common occurrence. You have to do that in order to get through a lot of the levels. So if you can't see the spotlights, you're going to fail miserably, and then there's no fun to the game. But I'm not really sure if that's really all there is to it. There may be something else. But we're gonna actually play that game eventually, because I have an old Windows XP machine that we're gonna play on, and hopefully it'll work properly. It installs, and I got it all patched up, and the videos, everything looks great, but I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. I'll have to play a little bit of it.
The inner wheel is decorated with masked murals. A mummy lies on the floor, apparently having fallen inanimate where it stood when the secret passage door closed.
So I'm gonna guess that maybe we just should start walking, huh?
This is the inner wheel of the Snake Mound. Though similar in appearance to the outer wheel, there's a sense of evil sanctity and secrecy about this room that is very different indeed.
Okay.
The table's lid fits heavily on the base. At the seams, there are 2 large holes on either side. On top of the lid is a trough.
What's that trough for?
I saw that. This is undoubtedly a sacrificial table. That trough is for a human heart.
Oh no. Are we gonna sacrifice him?
That's sick.
That's sick. Tim Curry in the southern accent. His attempt at a New Orleans accent. Alright, so what happens?
Gabriel, the lid. Gabriel can use. Gabriel doing that with.
What do I have in my inventory? What can we
This is
use?
Does this mean anything to you?
It is the Ritter dagger. You did well to take it, Gabriel.
It
belongs to you now.
Why use that?
It's an iron bar.
Why you? That doesn't.
Okay.
Does not seem to be a way to use the bar while it.
In other words, pick the stupid thing up, huh? Is that what you're telling me?
What about these iron?
Good idea.
Oh.
Let me help you.
I know. I thought maybe you'll say, but they can't. You can't because you've got.
Perhaps these holes. There.
There. Yeah, because he's got 2 more to go.
Let's get the other one. There.
The table's lid fits both of the items.
Let's try to lift this top.
Oh, okay. Herr Ritter seems a bit.
I know it's in there.
Yes, it is in there. I have not felt this powerful since, well, ever.
Why won't the damn lid come off?
It is a sacrificial
Flexing his
table.
arms.
It can probably only be triggered by the proper use of that trough there, with a heart.
Oh, great. Where are we gonna get a heart?
Gabriel, you must take the talisman and be Schattenjäger. You performed the ritual and dreamt of the dragon, no?
Yes, I did. But you're the current Schattenjäger. I only did that because
you were driven to it. I have done nothing with this title for many years. Even in my prime, I had few cases. Oh, if my life had a purpose, it was to bring you to this point.
But I have no idea what I'm doing.
This is not a science, Gabriel. It is instinct. And you have it in your blood. Trust it. The castle is yours now. It has many documents and records which will help you in the future.
Well, thanks for the confidence. But what about this table?
I want you to go into the next room and get a heart from that dead creature on the floor.
Will that work? Doesn't it need to be fresh?
Let us try. Perhaps there's some of the old Ritter magic left. Go on.
Wow, really? We gotta go next door and dissect a mummy? It'd have been funny if he was missing.
Great. My first job as Schattenjäger. Cutting up dead monsters.
Better that they're dead. What?
Wolfgang! No!
What did...
No!
What just happened?
Tetelo, you gonna pay for this, you bitch!
Why did he go to Africa, Gertie? No, it's okay. I'm just a little anxious. No, they haven't. I just need to talk to Gabriel.
That was pretty messed up. Deep in the earth, I faced a fight that I could never win.
After arranging for the shipment of Wolfgang's body back to Rittersburg, Gabriel returns to New Orleans. He carries with him the Ritter talisman. He has not heard from Grace for over 24 hours, and he could not reach Malia by phone. And although he has some idea of what he is coming home to attempt, he still has no clue where to attempt it. Or does he?
Okay. Oh, we're back in New Orleans. Tim, you want to go? You want to give that a no? That no another take? Nah, we got it. All right, so Jackson Square, I guess. Oh God, thank you. In reality, I think I should go to the bookstore first.
Grace, I'm home. Grace?
There's a letter.
Oh, no.
Grace! That was the mummy, too bad, no.
Times-Picayune, dated June 28,
That's tomorrow.
1993.
Tomorrow is the 30th anniversary
The
of this
Weather
date.
Service is baffled by the series of bizarre storms that rocked the South yesterday. 20 died and close to 100 were injured. The storms only accentuate the bad luck that seems to have gripped the South. The crime rate for the past 3 days has peaked to unprecedented levels. And there have been 50 reports of food poisoning in New Orleans alone. In other words, keep your head down, folks, and pray that August will return us to sanity. Warily, Gabriel reads his horoscope for the day. Gird thyself with mercy. Arm thyself with righteousness. The final hour awaits.
Yay!
There's a school teacher somewhere who's damn confused.
All right, so we've got this letter that's sitting here. It was not there.
The note is from Malia. It says,
Gabriel, I hope you survive long enough to get this. Tetelo knows you have the talisman. Your life is worth nothing, my love. I fight to save you, but she controls things far more than I. She has taken Grace. Return the talisman and leave New Orleans forever. If you don't, I can't help you. Please. I can't bear to see you die. Please believe me. I love you. Malia.
How's it going, Ray?
Who's there? I have the talisman.
Yeah? Good for you.
Oh, hey,
I
it's
got a
Mostly.
headache.
You? Don't come near me. You're dead.
Oh, was that you at the tube? You should have said something. You mean you weren't dead, you son of a bitch? Do I look dead? No, don't answer that. I was searching the tomb. When I heard someone coming, I broke the light and got in the drawer. Sorry I brained you, but I thought you were one of them.
Christ, you about killed me.
I said I was sorry. Besides, I owed you one for stealing my badge. If it makes you feel any better, I lost my wallet that day.
Your wallet? Ooh, I guess you're right. We are even.
Like I said. Anyway, we shouldn't stand out here and gab. Someone on the street might see us. Let's go in back and talk.
Wait until Mosley sees his credit card bill. Ew.
Okay. Now let's talk.
Mystic ran off somewhere. I don't know where he is. He disappeared. All right, so we need to talk to Mosley.
So, what's up?
This is no time for chit-chat. Get serious.
He's a sweet boy. He wants down. He doesn't even want to sniff my hand. He's like, find me a way to put him down. Missed the furball close up. All right. Anyway, where are we?
All right. Let's talk.
Well, you're the big expert now, not me. This stuff is way beyond anything I was looking.
What do you...
Well, you and I know who did him, don't we? But we've got to prove it to somebody who'll listen.
Do you know anything about...
Animal mask?
I don't...
Never ran...
Okay, so we actually talked about those. Let's see.
Do
you know anything?
The only thing I...
We actually already asked him all this stuff.
Have you?
Well, not since...
Let's see.
Tell me...
I'm scared shitless, that's all you need to know.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm scared shitless, that's all you need to know.
You know, mostly...
Don't even start with me, Knight. I've been through too much for you lately.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. What should we do about Grace?
Them voodoo people have taken her, the goddamn bastards. We have to find her and save her, and we can't count on the police department for any help.
How you doing, Phalanges?
Let's make a plan. What do you think we should do?
We need to find the headquarters of the Getty cartel, rescue Grace, and dig up some concrete evidence so that I can take this straight to the FBI.
Sounds easy.
Uh-huh. Do you have any idea where their headquarters might be?
Perhaps.
Well, you do seem to have a knack for sniffing out this voodoo stuff. Why don't you see if you can locate it for sure? Meanwhile, I've got some things I've got to do. I'll meet you there later.
How will you find it?
Damn, that's right. If only I had the tracker from my office.
I have it.
Really? Good going. You give it to me and leave a signal device at the entrance to the headquarters.
All right.
All right.
So, fill me in on what you've been doing for the past 5 days.
I've been getting smart, that's what. They got me running, I'll admit. But the day a bunch of drum-banging, mumbo-jumbo chanting magicians can catch old Lightfoot Mosley is the day I die.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, that's
now,
accurate.
These guys have it wired, I tell you. From the mayor to a couple of major judges, right down to the beat cops. The Gettys are untouchable from that angle. But once I really start digging, it was like I could see clearly. These guys are into everything that happens in this city, and most people are scared shitless of them, or they don't know about them at all.
Let me fill you in on what I've learned in the past 5 days.
Okay, have at it.
Well, Malia Getty is the head of the cartel. Dr. John is her right-hand man.
I learned that much. You sure know how to pick 'em, Knight.
Uh-huh. She's not really responsible, though, because during these ceremonies, she's ridden by the spirit of her ancestor, Tetelo.
You don't say.
It's true. Anyway, I have something, a talisman, that I can use against them. It'll help, but they probably still have a power source somewhere in their hound four. Also, this whole thing kind of ties in with my nightmares, see, and my family history. My family does this shadow hunting thing, and about 300 years ago...
Look, don't confuse me, okay? You worry about all that metaphysical stuff, and I'll just try and catch the bad guys.
Yeah, you'd never believe me anyway.
They killed Crash and Hartridge easy. Mostly had to get some credit for staying alive. True, true. Let's see if he's got anything else.
I told you, we gotta find...
Okay, she's probably...
Here's the tracker.
Great.
Wherever the Hound 4 is.
Don't forget to leave the signal device near the entrance to the Hound 4. And be careful.
Yeah, Mark Hamill pulls off a much better accent than Tim Curry does. Okay. I swear that was a curtain, but it sounded like he slammed a door. Wait, is there another one? I thought we already picked this up.
No.
She has taken Grace. Please.
Oh, okay. He just leaves it back there. I get it. Well, he could use some coffee, I'm sure. Can't find Grace without some good coffee. Hey, how's it going there, T-Pat? Welcome in. Mosley, you're still alive. He's mostly alive. There's a video of Tim Curry doing Mick Jagger impression. Well, at least he's English. I mean, seriously, at least he's doing an English person's impression. Southern accents never get pulled off very well unless you're actually at least in the region. Okay, so it showed me Jackson Square. He does the duck dance and everything. Oh, man. That actually sounds pretty funny. Looks like you made some major progress. We did. We're on day 10. It's the last day of the game. I got 25 minutes before I end. Maybe we'll finish it. Maybe not. That cat is dummy thick. How does that how does he do that? Colonel. I can't remember how that quote goes. Clapping my ass cheeks. What is it? Alert the guards or something like that. I don't remember how that goes.
A bronze statue of Andrew Jackson marks the center of Jackson. Jackson Square is a good...
Not really sure what I'm looking for here, why it showed me Jackson Square. Say what you will about Tim Curry's accent.
You know, I know who you are.
The drummer ignores Gabriel and just continues drumming. Unnerving, isn't he?
No, I mean, I pick on Tim Curry's accent in this because, and I pick on everybody's accent that does Southern accents. Most of the time, they botch it pretty bad. I mean, for example, Carol O'Connor in The Heat of the Night, he didn't pull it off, and he did a great job in that role for that series. It was a great series. I enjoyed it. I enjoy what he did here too. It was just, for some strange reason, it's the one accent everybody tries to do, but most people can't pull off.
Can I ask you if you...
The drum...
They call me Mr. Tibbs, yeah. I swear that looks like that's open, but it's not. Yeah, Loom Redeem is limited. It's very, very limited. Because it can be pretty obnoxious for some folks. I don't blame them.
Something about this knothole
I had a feeling.
looks familiar.
I had a feeling. I've been trying to figure out what was in there for ages.
It's moving.
What?
I knew it.
The Voodoo Hound Floor is actually below the
Ride's
church?
over.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
Through the mesh, Gabriel can see a solid wood wall.
Oh, this looks
The
mighty high
elevator
tech.
stops at a room underneath the cathedral.
Express elevator to hell.
Which is weird because to me, a lot of some of the New England accents like Bostonian and things like that have a lot of similar accents to certain words and letters and things like that I would hear from a lot of folks in England. But I don't know. I mean, it's one of those where people will hear themselves and think they're doing a great job of it, but for a lot of people, they don't really come off sounding right. It's interesting. Anyway, so wow, here we are. I better save this. I don't think I've done so since we got to day 10. So we're going to replace. Imagine how many sump pumps we must have running. I'm a little teapot. Now, you made a great point. People don't realize New Orleans is like 20 feet below sea level by itself. And so that's one of the reasons why it flooded so bad during Hurricane Katrina, because it was already below sea level. And to build a bunker, oh my Lord, I couldn't even imagine how they keep the water out. This place should be a swimming pool. What can you tell me about the Babe?
That piece of art on the wall looks like something the Gettys had transplanted from Africa.
You just need a good foundation, right? The Babe with the power. You know which one it is, Dick. You know which one it is. The power? Power of voodoo. Hoodoo? You do. I know one thing, even we struggle to understand half of our own accents. Dog, you're not even joking. I was born and raised in Georgia, so I've heard probably every Southern accent I can imagine, and then a few more I couldn't. I actually had somebody that worked for us at one point that I swear to you I had trouble understanding her. She was that country. See, you learned that from this game. Yeah, New Orleans is below sea level. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have
that
this.
Piece of.
I guess it's just a matter of we go through each one of these doors. Can I pick that up? I don't suppose I can.
Gabriel. This place is creepy enough with the light. Gabriel. Perhaps Gabriel should try the keypad.
Oh, thank you, considering it's a freaking door. And you got a cursor for opening doors. You're hearing Voodoo Lady music in your head just thinking about it. The heck is this? The Starship Enterprise with lavender walls? People have to be buried above ground. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why there's so many above ground tombs, because it's hard to bury people when you're burying them in water. When you went to New Orleans, there was a woman I could not understand at all, no matter how hard I tried. And now New Orleans has an interesting, very regional, dialect, of course, and accent, which is the whole, oh Lord, completely forgot what it was. It does look a lot like D&G. I guarantee I can't think of the name. Anyway, Cajun. So you have Cajun, which to me has a lot of similarities to Haitian accents, which is heavily influenced with French. So you get sort of this weird sort of accent compared to the rest of the area, and it's kind of only in southern part of Louisiana. So once you get northern part or into Mississippi or Texas, you really don't hear it unless somebody happens to come from New Orleans. But even that's becoming really scarce nowadays. Like, you just don't have a whole lot of people. It's the Star Trek strip club. Yeah, the Creole. That's it. Someone sent the Enterprise to pimp my ride. Okay, what is this? Is this just...
The hound food. Gabriel does... There...
Can we push it?
Move.
Can we open it?
I don't want to know what's in that bottle.
Okay, well, there you go. Dabo. You have an easier time understanding Glasgow Scots than some southern U.S. accents. They can get tough. Not gonna lie. Generally not too bad, but they can get tough. We're gonna be in a maze, aren't we? I'm going to regret even doing this at all.
A few wall panels up here to open. They probably...
My God, lady, can you speed up the way you talk?
I'm no mechanic. I'm no
There isn't.
These corridors remind you of some hotels you've been to. I can see that. Okay, this looks awfully familiar.
These panels seem to tell a story. Tetelo holding up the talisman. A ship sailing. Slaves rising up and killing their owners. Haiti, probably. Looks like Tetelo's people arriving in New Orleans. They accumulate great power through voodoo. The Hound Fool is built under Jackson Square. Heck of a family album.
Rather drums, like those used by the Getty relayers round the quad. The Getty Hound for Potomi.
Roger Moore and Baron Samedi. Yes. Live and Let Die. One of the cheesiest of the James Bond films, but also one of my favorites, mainly because it was so cheesy. You were in a bar in Europe. These two ladies had an accent. I asked, are you two ladies from Scotland? One said, it's Wales, you idiot. So I said, oh, okay, sorry. Are you two Wales from Scotland? Oh, my God. I mean, if that was the actual response they gave you to start with, I think they kind of walked into that one.
Okay, I'll give it a shot, but I'm no musician.
Oh! Are you kidding me? We actually have a book that tells us exactly what they are now? I know we had the book to start with, but... how do I... Okay, I don't even know what to start putting in here. Let's see, maybe one from each page? Or two from each page? Your favorite Bond is The Spy Who Loved Me. Best intro ever. That was a good one, too. I agree with you. In fact, I was always a big fan of the Roger Moore 70s era of the James Bond movies, and I also really liked A View to a Kill, which was, his last one, I think. This puzzle took you ages. I can understand why, Patped. Looking at this, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be looking for or asking for. So...
Gabriel plays the message, but there does not seem to be any response. The Potomac. The Getty Hound for Potomac.
Roger Moore. Sorry, sir. Just trying to keep the British end up. Yeah.
I wonder...
Wait, what did he say?
A pit for fire.
I wonder if that takes gas or propane.
Gabriel shivers, remembering what that trough is for. Rather drunk.
All right, so I'm going to guess that maybe I need to search around a little more and figure out what it is. How do I get out of here?
I'll have 2 number
You're trying to figure out what the symbols have to do with the music, yeah.
large, a number 6 with extra dip,
Fill her
a
up.
number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large...
This sign has 11 snakes on it.
Okay, so this is exactly the same thing, I bet, as the one in Africa. And I bet you this one has 12 snakes on it.
This sign...
Nope, we went the wrong way, so we got to go this way. You don't think chemistry is this thing?
This sign... Perhaps Gabriel...
Would you just open the door? Jeez, buddy. There you go. Good job.
A rather sterile-looking bed is the main feature of this room.
Looks comfy.
Maybe Grace is in one of these rooms.
I'm no mechanic. A bathroom. How human of him.
Time to fumigate.
Propane is a gas. You liked Moonraker. Moonraker was good. Like I said, for the most part, I really enjoyed all of the Roger Moore ones, the 70 ones in particular. And Moonraker...
It's locked.
Moonraker's an interesting one, too, because that one, and was it A Spy Who Loved Me, or one of them had Jaws that was also in Moonraker, and it was the only one that had a recurring character that was not Bond or his CIA agent friend or Blofeld. All three of those show up in the original Ian Fleming books. But Jaws was a character that was loved enough they actually brought him back in another one. In the same character role, too. Yeah, Felix Leiter. Yeah, I couldn't think of his first name. Thank you. Yeah, Felix Leiter.
This sign has one...
HVAC technician. I mean, he's, got to do something. You watch Diamonds Are Forever a lot because that was one your gran had on VHS. That, I think, was the one that might have had Jaws in it originally as well. Who the hell is this? Is that Dr. John?
Dr. John is deeply enmeshed in spiritual communion with the Loa. He's dressed as his bird of prey, Totem, just like he was at the bayou.
Elane, menu deja.
That doesn't sound like Klingon.
Met agwe woyo kote uyenu.
Dr. J.
Okay, so...
Do I
really think that would be wise? Maybe?
Better.
Do you really...
Let's see.
Gabriel Knight, how dare you violate my sanctuary?
Oh, is this your room? I'm
so sorry.
You are so dead.
Not Michael Dorn's best line.
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
He had the vinyl soundtracks. We destroyed them because they flew really well. But we were 3 and 5 and didn't know any better. Kapla. Yeah, I don't have that one. It's the guy who sounds oddly like Lieutenant Worf from Star Trek. Because it is. Alright, so I'm not really sure exactly which one is this.
This sign has 6 snakes on it.
Okay, interesting. Okay, here's a note. So even in the high-tech version, the entrance is on the same door that has 6 snakes, just like the one in Africa. So they just did a recreation of that. So that's 5. This is 4. And 3. Now then, let's see if... Is this... Oh no, this is somebody
The
else.
room smells of Malia's perfume. Someone's coming.
Tetelo, come to me. Your daughter requests an audience.
What is it you seek, child?
Tetelo, I beg you again, for my sake, spare Gabriel's life.
Do not protect or mourn that one. He will only betray you.
Gabriel would never betray me.
He will, as Gunter betrayed me. Blinded by the light, he will despise your darkness.
No, I don't believe that. You were betrayed, but Gabriel is different. I cannot serve you any longer. Choose another. I cannot go on.
Ha! So you say, because you are drawn to the light. What you do not know is that the light will never have you. You only corrupt it when you draw near.
I don't believe you. This way, this life is too painful. I must be free of it.
You can never be free. You will see, my daughter. What I've told you is true. You will see.
Wait! I won't go through with it. I won't. I won't.
Let's see. By the way, do you want a quick reminder of something you haven't done in case you soft lock yourself? I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Is there something I need to do that's going to soft lock, or if I don't do it, is going to soft lock me? Because I have no idea. I don't remember. All I remember was that Goldfinger cover made me feel, oh yeah, Goldfinger. He's a man with a nice touch. Oh God, why am I singing this? So I threw it and a black thing flew out. Oh. Yeah, like she wouldn't notice the man-child ducking in the corner. This room is way nicer than it is Malia's, and Malia is also Tetelo. You got a new desktop. Your old one had lost Wi-Fi functionality. You had to give it away. Trade-off is now you need a USB-A hub adapter, not enough USB ports. There's a possibility, Brightburn. I don't know what motherboard you have, so I don't know if it's accurate for yours or not, but most modern motherboards, there is a header, maybe 2 headers, on the motherboard itself that is meant to plug in additional USB ports. And usually they support 4 for each header. Or 2 for each header, excuse me. 4 for 2 of them is what it... You can buy a separate PCI slot adapter that just plugs in like a regular, like a video card or a sound card or any other network card, anything like that you'd plug into the computer. And then you just take the cables and plug them into the USB headers. Same headers would be normally used for like front panel USB and things like that. So find the user manual. See if you've got a couple of headers, 1 or 2 headers open. You can get a couple more ports, and they're cheap. The little things are like $10 that you can buy. You can order them on Amazon or eBay or whatever. I ask you to leave him some stuff to help him. Oh, yeah. About that. Good point. You're hard locked into watching me finish this? I'm not going to make it tonight. I will promise you that, unfortunately. What the heck happened? Did he not do it?
Through the mesh.
I think I've got everything I need. Might as well see it through.
So, I guess I'm probably soft-locked at this point. Because I bet you I need to do that in the
Gabriel
church.
will not There's no Gabriel.
Or do I need to put it in the confessional chamber?
The signal device. The sig.
All right, Mosley. There's your signal.
There we go.
Gabriel wonders if Mosley will have everything he needs to follow the trail.
I will say I am aware and have heard many times several of their songs on the radio, and I like what I have heard. Can't say I'm necessarily particularly a fan of Talking Heads. Yeah, I'm not soft-locked yet. I wasn't sure if I needed to do that up top, but then it occurred to me the elevator is actually the confessional, so if it's going to go up top anyway, right? You promised your mom I wouldn't open up the PC again. The last few times I did this, the PC stopped working. Fair enough. But it is an option. It's a cheap option. It keeps all USB ports, equally accessible in the back. I actually have one that has a total of 4 USB ports that I purchased later because with all the USB devices involved in streaming, it's kind of necessary. You did a karaoke of Psycho Killer on your stream this morning. Gave yourself big shoulders and everything. That's awesome. Did you forget something? You did forget something, however. How was Mosley to get in? So I didn't think about that being something I would need to put in there.
Gabriel puts the snake rod under the bench for Mosley.
Wow, that's pretty hardcore. I think in a modern point and click.
The elevator returns to the cathedral. Gabriel's stuck now.
In a modern point and click, I think they would have just simply put both items, basically saved you the grief. That's a little crazy. Everyone should do that once in a lifetime, yeah.
Incoming ads for you non-subscribers. Use your Twitch Prime now.
Joy, oh joy. But yeah. Yeah, to go back and fix it. And not only just go back and fix it, but it won't send the elevator back up, I guess, until then. You use your old XP PC for all your USB fans and devices. The funny thing is, Sundog, you don't even need that. You can get like a $20 powered USB hub, like 4 ports or something. And it doesn't need a PC. You just simply plug it into a AC adapter, or like a wall outlet somewhere. But you guys are not going to be happy for me doing this. I got to go to work in the morning. And that means I got to get up a little early. And sadly, that means I have got to end so that I can get rest. But we're super close. We will finish this. I will. We'll announce this
Holy
raid.
crap!
Hey, Deathblow, how you doing? Welcome in.
Deathblow 1971 just raided with 1 viewers.
Thank you so much, Dick Danz. I appreciate it. I really do. How are you doing, Deathblow? That's what modern games would do. Most modern easy games for babies. This is 1993. You're very true. Very true. Thank you, Retro Slow Lane. Hey, Murray the Skull, by the way. I know you were here earlier and I didn't say hello, and that was very rude of me. If this was a Roberta Williams game, you'd have only had the one chance and you wouldn't know you messed up until the end. Yeah, exactly. And then she would give you a mocking death message just because. But yeah, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to say what directory we're in the base directory. That works. You know what? No, I better do another save just in case. All right, we're going to replace day 10 tracker in place. That should help me remember, because next Tuesday I'll be back. And we will finish this 100%. Will be done on Tuesday. If we finish it early enough in the stream, we'll go ahead and start up
I think there's someone in the
Dark
bushes
Forces
there.
2 Jedi Knight, which I can't wait for. Thank you, Deathblow. Doing well. You just finished up some of the DLC side quests for Dragon Age 2. Finished the main quest yesterday. That is such a good game. I really enjoyed Dragon Age. You have to throw bloody shoe at a bloody... yeah, or fall off stairs, one of the two. But yeah, I want to keep playing because I want to finish this. I've been looking for... This is like my Final Fantasy VII streams, basically. It just took forever for me to finish it. In any case, I'll be back on GOGCOM. Next stream for me is on GOGCOM, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be playing Wreckfest.